was a New York City officer for 20 years. He is a ballpark wishes recipient here tonight. It's hard to believe that it's been 18 years since that day on 9/11/2001. You were one of the first responders. An emotional day, a surreal day. When you think back at those times, what was going through your mind? What could you remember from that day?
There's a lot I can remember. I could probably write a book. I don't think anybody would read it though, but it was a scary day. It was a very emotional day, a lot of anxiousness. Nobody knew what was going on, and but you did what you were supposed to do. You were told to go in, you went in, and you dealt with whatever you were confronted with. So, you know, and you hear the stories of such great things that a lot of people did, but I remember talking to my wife and saying, overall, it was a sad day, a very sad day.
I remember we were talking just a few minutes ago off camera. You were telling me that was the lowest point of your career, but just a month later, you had one of the highest points of your career, and that was Game 3 of the World Series. You had the chance to work that. How did sports and the game of baseball really bring that city together after such a tragedy?
Well, being a Yankee fan, and the Yankees were in the playoffs. Well, I can't even just say the Yankees. The Mets did a great job, and the Giants and the Jets all put on their hats for the FDNY, NYPD. It was phenomenal. But watching, I remember being in a command center and watching the Yankees playing the A's, and Derek Jeter had that great play, phenomenal play, and then I ended up being able to work Game 3 of the World Series, which was phenomenal, and it's the highest moment in my career in the 20 years. But I was on the field. I was in front of the Yankee dugout when George Bush threw that pitch. I didn't see it. I was watching the stands, but it was just inspiring and such a great atmosphere. The fans were phenomenal. I'd say the highest part of that game was when Mariana would come out and they were playing Sandman. That place was rocking. It was great. It was so much fun. Great time.
It just gives people chills just thinking about it, whether you were there or whether you were. When you mentioned that you're a huge Yankees fan, you're here with your family, you got to meet a pretty big Yankee here today. What was that experience like meeting CEO of the Marlins, Derek Jeter?
I don't know if I can admit it. I cried. I met Derek and then saw Jorge, 2 of the core 4. Phenomenal. Being a fan ever since I was a little kid. Mel Stottlemyre used to be in my wallet as a 4th grader. Just love the Yankees and love that team. And Derek was such an inspiration as a player for the 20 years that he played. I couldn't believe I was meeting him, and it was what an honor. For me, it was an honor.
I think you're bringing us luck here tonight. We got an exciting ball game. Thank you again so much for your service, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, and thank you, everybody. Thank you.